All right, hello today, folks. This is your boy Steve at Vast Motorsports. Today, what we're going to be doing is working on my son's GMC Sierra. Now, this is a 2015. It's the Black Ops edition. It was like a special edition that they sent off and had some stuff done to, so it's got its personal touches from a company called Tuscany, I believe. So anyway, let me show you what we're going to be doing here. And also, I hope you give me a thumbs up if you like what you see. And how about hit that subscribe for me? We're trying to get the channel to grow. Hit that little bell notification. You'll be able to keep up with all the updated videos as we put them out. And around here, as you know, if you've been watching the channel, or if you're new, you want to go back on and watch some of my older videos, check out the stuff we do. I'm pretty much into everything, folks. I don't care what it is. I'm usually doing mechanic work, could be boat upholstery, could be restoring a boat from start to finish. I do it all. And pretty much same with vehicles. Here we are, we're about to be paint and body man this week. You know what I mean? So it's always something different around here. I'm not one of them same old channels where 5-6 months down the road, you're going to get tired of watching the same old thing over and over and over. Could be gun reviews. We do anything. Don't matter. So anyway, let's see what... All right. So one thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to pull the grill and stuff. I think he's going to go ahead and order a Denali grill. Now the Black Ops edition comes with this grill with these lights here. And I was going to go ahead and touch them up, paint them and stuff, but he said he don't really like it. He wants a different grill. So we're still going to keep everything blacked out. We're just going to get rid of those lights. And as you can see, these headlights are looking a little bad. It's almost 10 years old now. So I'm going to go ahead and sand these, and I'm going to clear them. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit of black to the clear, so it's going to tint them a little bit, but they're going to be nice and clean. And then he's going to get the LED bulbs for me. I'm going to do the same to these fog lights down here. I'm going to go ahead and sand them and clear them, but I'm going to give it a little tint. And then he wants these painted nice and shiny to color match with the bumper. I'm probably going to go ahead and do the lower valance too. I got to do the bumper because, as you can see right here, it's not that it's damaged, but the paint is flaking. So I want to take care of that. It looks bad on such a nice truck. Also, this is the hood scoop that comes on that package for the Black Ops. The hood looks great, but obviously when they painted the scoop's looking pretty rough. So that's a no bueno there. We're going to get, I'm going to give that a nice new finish. And we're going to go around the truck and just touch up anything I see that might be a little rock chip or something, scratch or anything like that, here or there. This is the Black Ops wheel. As you can see, the Tuscany center caps. Now they're, the matte finished like that, flat or whatever. I'm not real big on that personally. So I might pull you a surprise, Michael. We'll see by the end of the video. If you stick around that long, you'll be able to see with me. I may go ahead and take the wheels off, throw them on the machine in there, break down that outer bead, and then tape them off after I clean them and stuff. And I might go ahead and spray those with a nice coat or two of black that I'm using on the bumper, and then clear them with 2 coats of clear. All right, one headlight out. She definitely needs to be refinished. We're going to make her look good. All right, to get the front bumper, I see 4 bolts I got to get from the top. 2 on this side, 2 over here. I'm going to leave these in. I got them loose, but I'm going to leave them in because I got to get underneath and figure out what's got to come out. I don't want it falling on me. It's a heavy bumper, especially me being by myself. If I'm not mistaken, it just looks like one bolt out here on the where the bracket's coming over, the little extension is coming over to the support bracket. And then I think just that one, these two here, and then the other three on the other side, and I believe the whole assembly is going to come off. I've already undone my main harness plug here that supplies the fog lights with the power. Oh, yeah. I guess that's it. It does come off like that. All right, so we got her off, and as you can see, here's the spots I'm going to have to fix. And I guess I'm going to get her flipped over so I can start disassembling and taking these pockets and stuff out and get the lights out. All right, so pretty much had to strip the front bumper all the way down. Had to take these big inside brackets off. Took all the little housings out for like the fog lights. This whole centerpiece here, which is this one going across, I guess like where the tag would go or something in the front. This is where your tow hooks come in, but I've got all the pockets out. This is the lower valance. Had to take it off in order to get this one off because the way the bolts go through. And even stripped it all the way down to like this little piece. That's where the tag actually does mount. Boy, that's a heavy bumper. That's ain't no Toyota, folks. This is a GM. She's heavy duty. So even fully stripped like that, I'll tell you what, with them brackets on it, this is your mounting brackets and stuff on the inside. That's some heavy stuff. So even just the bumper frame is definitely thick metal. But I'm going to have to tell you, it's like they used a single stage almost, it looks like, because the way that's peeling, it looks like a single stage to me. So we got to get that fixed up tomorrow. Y'all stick around. Alright, so now I'm going to take and sand these fog lights and headlights and get them ready to be cleared. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my DA. I've got a soft pad on it, a 3M soft pad. It's a lot forgiving as far as for the curved and around edges and stuff, like on them headlights there where they got corners and edges. You don't want to use a really hard pad. It'll eat in a little too deep. But anyway, I'm just going to hit them with the 320 first, and then I switch over to 600. And I'm going to hit the fog lights first because they're really not even that bad. But that way it's not hurting the new paper, and I can transfer over and at least get one headlight done with the same paper before I got to switch. Every so often, just take and clean that paper to get the dirt, all that plastic dust out of that, so the sandpaper keeps working before you got to change that piece. Get it clean again. All right, so let me show you what we got here. Up top's pretty bad. That's going to start doing the yellow dust. Now I could see it was the really bad stuff was coming down about 1 inch through here. I've gotten it off though. Now it's time to come up onto the top here where the bad yellow is. Alright, so these were not extremely bad. I think they're going to turn out really nice. But now I've gotten it, all this surface done, I'm going to go around and do my edges. I want to make sure, like I said, I scuff all the edges all the way around. And then I'm going to change to another 320, hit the other light, come back with 600 and just finish over all of them. Get rid of any of, or lighten up these 320 scratches. You're not really going to get rid of them all. We're just going to lighten them up. And then when we come back with the clear, it's going to fill them scratches right in. You'll never see them. It's another little thing you got to be careful about, especially I'm not a paint specialist. I don't do paint work all the time. Luckily I can paint, do body work and all that good stuff. Remember folks, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none type of person. I can do it all. I always do. But my shop is not set up for that. So you got to be careful. You don't want to get any grease or oil on any of your tools or your papers. That's why I'm putting the paper right back in the package every time I take it out, trying to keep my hands clean. I don't want to touch anything that's oily or greasy. Transfer that over onto what is going to get painted or clear coated or any type of body work. So always keep that in mind. Keep your work area clean. Don't transfer any oil or grease. All right, again, this upper part here is where the really dirty part was and the yellowness, and I could see that dust was yellow. That's why I kept working this area, and all this was nice and white, so I know I'm through to a good surface, and when I come back with the 600 it'll be looking great. So now we still got to move up here and get the rest of this yellow off. Now it's time to switch to the 600 so I can get those 320 scratches off and they'll pretty much be prepped. Now I'll take everything, including the lights, and I'm going to take them outside and just get like a little bit of Dawn dish detergent and a scuff pad and clean them really good, because I want this up here to be clean too, the top of the light and stuff, this black part, because once I clear it, I'm not taping this off. I'm going to clear the whole thing, and clear is going to get on this, and it's going to be shiny black. I don't want it trapping any of this dirt and stuff in there, then it'll look nasty. So we don't want anything looking like it's not factory. We want a nice clean job. Even though it's getting done outside and in a garage, you can still do a nice job if you want to. Just taking them extra little steps here and there really makes a big difference. I'll tell you, one of the biggest things about a paint job is the prep work, for sure. If you don't prep it right, don't care how good you spray, it's not going to turn out nice. You're either going to see sand scratches or layers of where you sanded and didn't get the feathered in right, or any of that kind of stuff. Something else I should have done was wipe all this dust off so it don't just clog up my new piece of 600. Get all that off. And plus it gives you a chance to see if you missed anything with the 320. I think they're going to look pretty good. Got here look pretty good. Yeah, they look pretty good. Think I can work with that. Ah, there's already a bug in it. I'm gonna have to try to get that thing out real quick for the clear, so the clear will run out. All right, so I got a little downtime while I'm waiting. Today's Saturday. The only place I can find a capacitor for my compressor is Granger in Greenville, and of course they're closed till Monday, so figured since I'm at a stopping point, standstill, I might as well go ahead and I'm going to do a light detail on it. I'm going to go ahead and get this engine bay cleaned up, do all the door jams and like the gas lid door and stuff inside it, get the truck cleaned up, going to armor all everything inside, have her looking right when she's back together. Alright, I wet down the fenders out there in case any of this, when I'm rinsing it, gets a little overspray or drips down, runs down. I got Purple Power in here straight. Just spray everything down, y'all. Get it nice and wet. Cover everything in here. Don't be spraying it out on the fenders or anything that's nice painted. But yeah, just spray it on everything. Get down in here real good. We're going to rinse all this out with the hose. Don't be scared. It's not going to hurt anything. All these connections and all are weather tight. Nice seals and grommets. Don't spray directly like behind the water pump pulley or the power steering pulley. Don't squirt the alternator or anything directly on it, because you don't want it to get in there and ruin anything that way on the moving components. Your electric fan motors up here, don't concentrate right on the actual motors, but you can spray all the rest. I'm just going to hit these big flat surfaces. Everything you see up top, if I can get the sides there, that's good. Hit the hoses and stuff. Get this intake cover here. Try to hit all that dirt stuff. The Purple Power does wonders, but you still want to knock it loose if you can with your hand or the rag. It looks like it's trying to dry up. Give it a little squirt. Work from the outside in so you're not spraying it over the edges. You don't want to make it run on your paint there. Because it could streak the paint on the fender. Alright, I pretty much went over everything. Now it's time just to start spraying it. Now you could use a pressure washer if you want. I don't prefer that, because I don't want to force water in one of the connections on like a computer or on the harness. My hose is pretty strong. I've got a well out here with a pump, and it's a good one, so I just roll with this. We've got her all cleaned up. Now when that dries, it'll be looking great. Got rid of a lot of, especially over here on the booster and all, there was a lot of buildup. All that's gone. You couldn't read that label down there. Had to go ahead and dry the lens off, but it's not that it's greasy or anything, but because it's a 130,000 low mile Chevy. So I do want to get all this stuff off here. Just when you pop the hood, I want it looking good. It's a beautiful truck. I want everything nice. Now once this is all dry, I'll come back later with a can of WD-40 with the spray nozzle, and I'll put a real nice coat on top of everything. The WD won't hurt anything. It'll make it look fantastic. It's almost like your armor on the plastic. It'll be so shiny, like silicone. You could use silicone spray too. But the WD is great. Alright, so I got everything all prepped up. The bumper is primed where I needed it. Everything else is scuffed and sanded. And got it laid out. As you can see, I'm just using an old dishwasher. Now it's a nasty freaking mess out here. Don't pay attention to that, y'all. I'm just outside the shop out here. And I probably won't get to video all this, because once I get my hands in the paint, I've got my gloves and all on, I'm just not going to bother. There's plenty of videos out there on how to actually paint. I just wanted you to see. I'll show you the finished product. and I'm giving you a little along the way type of stuff. But anyway, I've got all the like the fog light buckets and stuff out here. They've all been primed already with the high build primer to hide the little nipples. I don't feel anything. It's nice and smooth. I did hit the flat surface here with the DA real quick with some 600 just to knock the primer itself, make sure it was nice and smooth. And in here it feels smooth enough. Again, you're not really gonna, you know, it's not a show truck. You're not going to get right up on it and look at it a foot away. It's just when you're standing back and you're looking at it, now they're going to be nice and shiny black. I took the Scotch pad and hit everywhere in here. You want to hit all your surfaces. This is the little tag bracket on the front. It's nice and smooth. I did hit that with the DA because it's flat. The pockets are all done. Over here on the side, I've got the scoop. It's set up about almost shoulder height, not quite shoulder high, but mid-waist or so. That way I can stand here and shoot it good, and it's on like a little one of them turning stools, but I've got it up on this table so I'm not right in the dirt, because I am doing this outside the shop, y'all. So again, I just want you to see the finished product when I'm done, and you'll be able to see how just doing your own at-home paint job can turn out, fancying up the truck. Also, I'm about to take the prep saw and go ahead and wipe everything nice and clean with the blue rags and then dry it. Got my cup ready. I've got my black paint all mixed up, and just going with the Metalux. I didn't want to spend too much. I'm not going with the really high stuff, but hell, that was almost it was about 70 something bucks just for itself, and that's only a quart. So anyway, we're going with that. It's a 2-to-1 mix. I got my cup set up. I'll find the 2-to-1 right there, as a matter of fact. And then I've got the reducer here that I mix with it. I use the medium because it's in the 70s right now, and I don't do enough paint work to buy slow and fast and stuff like that. I just stick with the medium. It usually works with me all year round. Does good enough. Like I said, I'm not a professional. And then I've got my just cheaper, smart, classic clear. And here's the hardener for it. That's a 4-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to go ahead and lay however many coats I have to. I'm going to hit the primed spots first. If you had anywhere you did body work or something and you got a primer, you want to do that first. Like on the, I didn't actually solid prime the scoop, but as you can see, it went through in some of the areas to the factory prime, because that's a fiberglass piece. They had it primed real good. So anyway, I'll lay it on a couple coats in those areas. First coat, it's not going to be that heavy, just to cover it a little, and come back with the second coat. I'll definitely hit those areas heavier. I want it fully covered, and then I'll come back. Since I had to scuff some of this real bad, there was like some chips and stuff, and I did some sanding in other spots. I didn't go all the way through, but I did sand it. You know, if I just scuffed it, I would have come back and cleared over it. Not worried about any black, but since I did scuff extremely deep in some spots, I'll probably just go ahead and hit the whole thing black before I clear it all. And now I'm going to do 2 really good coats of clear on it. Alright, so we got her sprayed up. She's out here drying. That's the second coat of clear. Kind of moved it over here because it's a little sunnier. I can see the reflection of the golf cart right here, over here. Hello. It's a nice mirror image there. Now, granted, she is not perfect. I can sure see the clouds in it, the sky. Some nice reflection going on there. Tree over here and stuff reflecting. And this is where the big splotch area was, where it kept peeling. It was about that big. I guess it started as a rock chip or something, I'm not sure, but she sure is looking good right now, I can tell you that. I hope, pray nothing comes over and lands in it. Luckily, there's no breeze going on right now. Hello, hello. That's awful nice reflection. But you know, there was a little breeze earlier, and like some leaves were coming out of the tree and stuff, so that's why I moved it over here too. Kind of in the sun. The sun went behind the clouds again, but it's in and out. And here goes the scoop. that clear lays really nice. Now I put it on pretty thick, both coats, and that way it could lay, you know, because I'm not going to lie, there's a little trash here and there. You know, it is an outside job. I think you can maybe see one there. And it looks like a little gnat landed right there on the end. But I'm not real worried about it. I mean, come on, folks. This thing was terrible, terrible looking, nasty. Now all I see is reflections of the clouds. And maybe a little trash right there or something. Now, if you want, you could come back after this dries and, you know, wet sand that and buff it and get rid of it. But this is not a show truck. There's, you know, other little chips here and there. Main thing is she looks really good for just an outside the garage. I didn't even do it in the garage, but you can do this kind of work at home, y'all. Also, what I like doing it about this way is it gives you a lot better chance of spraying the paint and the clear around the edge of the wheel, because if you got the tire blowed up on the bead, you're not going to be able to spray that edge very well, and that's just a place for it to start peeling later. Alright, so got them all cleared up, painted and cleared. I think they look pretty good, y'all. Pretty doggone good. Now I will have to take them in there and blow them back up to get the bead to seat, and then I can balance them on my balancer. Still got to get that little bit of tape off the valve stems. Right, and this is her when she's all finished up, clean under the hood and detailed. So, like I said, washing everything doesn't hurt it, folks. So what I did was, as you've seen, I washed everything real good. Purple Power, took a mitt and hit all these big flat surfaces. And then after that dried, now it's been a while, I've been doing other stuff. Matter of fact, we had the bad storm, out of power for over a week. So I'm just now getting back on the truck. I came out, I sprayed it with the WD-40, just sprayed everywhere here, and then I come back, I did all this, sprayed it all, covered up the belt and stuff with a thin piece of cardboard I had, so I could spray the hoses, fan, shroud, all that. And then I came back with a little rag and just wiped off all the excess. Now it'll dry in a couple days. Especially once you start the engine and let it get up to temperature and all that. And you might even smell some odd smells for a little while if it gets on the exhaust and stuff. Don't worry about any of that, it's perfectly safe. So anyway, I just wiped off the excess. Alright, so just washed her up, wheels are dry, so now I'm coming back. I'm gonna put some Armor All type stuff on them. And I would spray some, like in these grooves, you need to spray it, but the wind is so doggone bad today, and I can't. Well, I might pull the truck back in the garage and just hit those, but I'm going to hit this area here with this back to black type stuff. That stays on a lot better, it won't sling all over. That gives you an idea before and after. I like it better with the tire shine. Alright, well, here she is, all finished up. I think she turned out pretty good, pretty good. No more bad spot on the bumper here. It had a big old area that was flaking and peeling, and all that's gone now. Got all the, like the fog light pockets are all painted black now. The same with the valance on the bottom. Nice finish. All painted and shiny. Got the new grill put in. Headlights all cleared and got the LED bulbs in them and the fog lights both. Wheels all painted up. Now that's a big difference there, folks. That's personal preference, but to me, that is so much better. Oh man, I love that black shininess matching in with the truck instead of the old dull black. Got the scoop all done painted. She is looking good on there. Looking good, much better, much better. Now, you know, there's little spots on it. They could use a little touch up with the brush. I didn't get to that yet. I would like to get it done before my son picks it up this evening. But I've got some other things to go do. Got to go help my parents out with water leak in their yard. You're welcome, Mom and Dad. You know I love you so much and would do anything to help you. And but anyway, so this has been the, I don't want to call it restore or any of that, or refinish, because it ain't like it did the whole truck. The truck could benefit from a buff or at least a wax job. But to me, finishing up that front end and hitting them wheels made a big difference. Now them tires look like they've never been armor-alled. So our tires shine, so I'm probably gonna have to come back and hit them again with another coat after it soaks in. But that is her, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you give me a thumbs up if you did. Hope you subscribe to the channel. You can see a lot of this kind of stuff going on and plenty more. I don't do just one thing on this channel. I'm always doing something different, y'all. So anyway, thank you, and we are out.